Consider the charge Q2, which is in the electric field of a charged object Q1. So recall that the electric field of charge 1 is the charge over 4 pi by the permittivity of free space by the square of some distance from the charge to a point in the electric field. Now if we place charge Q2 in the electric field of Q1 and want to move this charge from this position A to position B along a curved path, well, the infinitesimal work done by the electric force is equal to the dot product between the electric force and the infinitesimal displacement vector along that path. So this electric force always acts in a radial direction, so it points radially out from charge Q1. So if we consider this here as our direction theta, so given that the electric force acts in a radial direction, then we can rewrite this dot product as Fe dr. Now if we integrate both sides of this equation, then we get the work done by the electric force when the charge is displaced from A to B. So here we're integrating from Ra to Rb. So effectively summing up the contributions of the work done as the particle moves over those infinitesimal distances along the curve. Now the electric force acting on this charge is obtained by multiplying that charge by the electric field of charge 1. So if we substitute this into the integral, we get 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught by the product of the charges over the square of the radial distance between them, and we're integrating over r. So if we take the constants outside this integral and then evaluate this integral, we get minus 1 on r evaluated from Ra to Rb. So note that this is the work done by the electric force. So what we get is Q1 Q2 over 4 pi epsilon naught minus 1 on Rb minus 1 on Ra. So the change in electric potential energy as the particle moves from position A to B in the electric field of charge 1 is equal to the negative of the work done by the electric force. So what we get is Q1 Q2 over 4 pi by the permittivity of free space by 1 on Rb minus 1 on Ra. So if we write this change in electric potential energy as the electric potential energy at B minus the electric potential energy at A, and suppose that instead we want to bring this charge from a position of infinity to position B in the electric field. So as Ra goes to infinity, this term disappears, and we're going to take the electric potential energy at infinity to be 0. So therefore what we get is UEB is Q1 Q2 on 4 pi by the permittivity of free space by Rb. So in general, we can write the electric potential energy between two charged objects as 1 over 4 pi by the permittivity of free space by Q1 Q2 on R. Consider a system of charges. So the total electric potential energy of the system can be determined by finding the sum of the electric potential energies of the interactions between each pair of charged objects in the system. So for example, if we assemble charge Q1 in a fixed position, and then we bring charge 2 from infinity into the electric field of charge 1 at a distance of r12 from charge 1, then electric potential energy is Q1 Q2 on a distance between charge 1 and 2 multiplied by 1 over 4 pi by the permittivity of free space. And now we'll bring charge Q3 into the electric field of charge 1 and charge 2. So therefore, we have Q1 interacting with Q3. So this is the potential energy between the two charges. And we also have Q2 interacting with Q3. And if you continue this process by bringing charge N into the electric field of the previous charges, then we have Qn interacting with Q1, and charge N also interacts with charge 2, and so on up to Qn minus 1. So this result, being the total potential energy of the system, is given by this sum. So if we suppose that we're assembling 3 charges, so n equals 3, so what we have when I equals 1, we have the sum from j equals 2 to j equals n, which is 3. So therefore we get Q1 Q2 on R12 plus Q1 Q3 on R13. And then when I equals 2, we have j equals 1 plus 2, which is 3. So we get Q2 Q3 on R23. And we stop there, because I equals 2, and we're summing up from I equals 2 to I equals 3 minus 1. So have a think about this. The following static charges with a magnitude q are positioned in a square configuration at a distance d from each other. Find the total potential energy required to assemble the charges. So recall the electric potential energy of a system of 2 charges is 1 over 4 pi by the permittivity of free space by the product of the charges on a distance between them. So to calculate the total potential energy of our system of charges, we first bring charge 1 from infinity and hold it in place. So that requires no work to be done, assuming we're in a vacuum. And now we bring charge 2 in the electric field of charge 1. So therefore we have minus q by q, and we're bringing charge 2 from a distance of infinity to a distance d from charge 1. So we divide by the distance between the charges. And now we bring charge 3 from infinitely away into the electric field of charge 1 and 2. So charge 3, using Pythagoras' theorem, is at a distance of root 2d from charge 1. So the electric potential energy due to the interaction between charge 1 and 3 is minus q by q over root 2d. And between 2 and 3 we have plus q by q over the distance between the charges. And now we bring charge 4 from infinity into the electric field of the other 3 charges. So the potential energy due to the interaction between charge 1 and 4 is minus q by minus q, which is plus q squared over the distance between them. And similarly, between charge 4 and 2, we have minus q squared over the distance between them. And between 3 and 4, we have minus q squared on d. So these terms cancel, and these terms cancel. So we're left with the total potential energy of the system is 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught. And we have minus q squared is minus 2q squared over root 2d. So if we simplify this, we get minus q squared on 2 root 2 pi epsilon naught d.